working on it, but there is still a chance that come 7 p.m, September the 1st, the goalkeeping department that is there at Manchester United right now, Onana, Bayindir, Tom Heaton, that will be the same goalkeeping department come 7 p.m. on Monday.
Right, we're going to take a break. So, United linked with Lamans. And they want to bring in a goalkeeper, Lamans. Dharmesh said this beautifully the other day. He said if they bring him in, they've just got a string of number twos. Why are they trying to buy him?
Well, look, the way that's been described to me is that Manchester United have had this strategy throughout the summer brought about by the data, and they're very much data-led in the way they're recruiting players now and planning their strategy. And the strategy and that data said to them very clearly, we didn't score enough goals last season. We need to score more goals. And so, because of that...
We could have told them that.
Well, yeah, but we'd also say they needed a midfielder and a new defender and a centre-back as well. Manchester United's bosses know they can't solve all of their imbalance in the squad and strengthen it as they would like to in one window. Yeah. So the priority was put on the attacks. Well, they spent over £200 million on 3 world-class players in that department. They think they will get them the goals. Whereas the goalkeeper here with Lamans, they thought it was too good a deal to miss. They think he could be a good addition to the goalkeeping group, add competition. £17 million, they think, is a really good price for him. So it was almost opportunistic that they were going to get this one done.
What we should say about this deal, though, it's not a done deal. So they remain in talks with Royal Antwerp, do Manchester United. £17.3 million is the deal under discussion. However, we're told that Manchester United, as they probably have done throughout this transfer window, and it was evidenced in the Benjamin Sesko deal, when they were rivaling Newcastle for his signature, they will not get involved in a bidding war over any player. And this is amid interest from Galatasaray, and there are some reports that Galatasaray are willing to offer more. Now, Lamans...
Carlos Baleba is the solution. Are you a believer?
I was waiting for you to say that. You had to say it. You had to say it. I am a believer. I really am. I mean, what I find fascinating is that the recruitment that Brighton do, the data-driven recruitment, how widespread their recruitment is, that they lose a player of the calibre of Moises Caicedo. They lined up Carlos Baleba as that replacement straight away, signed from Lille. Took a little bit of time to settle in at Brighton, but last season he was terrific. He's got the physicality to get around the pitch. He's exactly what everybody's talking about, what Manchester United need. Casemiro in the back end of his career. Last season, Christian Eriksen there again, back end of his career. They have got Manuel Ugarte, they have got Kobbie Mainoo as well, but it feels like a younger player who can get around the pitch in that defensive midfield area is what Manchester United, Ruben Amorim, is crying out in his system. And Jeff, you really, like, Bruno Fernandes is still the star man at United, despite the signings they've made. For me, if I see Carlos Baleba in that defensive midfield spot, that frees up Fernandes more to do what Manchester United need Bruno Fernandes to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think bringing him in would be exciting because it gives Fernandes a chance then to link up with all these new players that are coming in, and it just lets him be him. And I think it'd be a perfect fit.
Because we see him drop back, chase
far,
a lot.
Yeah.
He does, doesn't he? Does almost like the dirty work in midfield when you kind of want Bruno Fernandes to be that link, as you said, and the link with Matheus Cunha, Brian Mbeumo, and now Benjamin Sesko up front. You throw Carlos Baleba in the mix, I don't think I'll be the only one believing. It will be the Manchester United fans believing that they can do something very, very special. But Matt, will they get him this window? Very unlikely. Brighton won't want to sell. Yeah. You mentioned the figure they're talking about. They want in excess of what Chelsea paid for Moises Caicedo. I believe they could get in excess of what Chelsea paid for Moises Caicedo. I rate this player that highly, and he's young. He's only 21 still.
And we should make it clear that Brighton have made it clear that he is absolutely not for sale. They want to keep hold of Carlos Baleba, and it sounds like if anyone wants him, they're going to have to spend big money. Another story we touched on there, Jeff, was Leeds looking at a number of striker options, including Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's a free agent at the moment, having left Everton. Do you think that could be a good fit for both the player and the club?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I was looking at the age he is now. He's younger than I had expected because he's been around so long. He's had a good career. Injuries obviously have hampered him a little bit, but if you can get him fit, he's got Premier League experience and he's still young. I think it'd be brilliant.
He's one of those players. He's been around for such a long time that he's still young. I mean, I remember Donnarumma's one of those. I was looking at him yesterday and I thought, oh, he must be 32. He's 26, Donnarumma, because he's been around since he was as a teenager. You forget some of these guys. What's it like, you know, as a free agent, as Dominic Calvert-Lewin is, as you are at the moment, and we're going to talk more about your next steps towards the end of the show, but what's it like, you know, that uncertainty, not knowing where you're going to be, and then also keeping yourself fit? That's got to be quite difficult.
Yeah, firstly, it's tough. Just like you said, the uncertainty. You don't know. There could be 5, 6 clubs talking to you, and then within 24 hours it goes quiet, or it gets a bit busier. So it is difficult to just sort of stay calm and just think what's meant to be will be. And then the training. I know some players